Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's scandal doesn't just break headlines. It shatters marriages, egos, reputations, and, if the rumors are true, maybe even hotel furniture. This isn't just gossip. This is collision. A collision of fame, power, jealousy, and betrayal, all happening inside one of the world's most luxurious hotel suites. Imagine this. Tiny Harris, once praised as the loyal, unshakable partner of T.I., caught in a storm of her own making, and at the center of it all is the undefeated champion, Floyd Mayweather. Yes, you heard that right. The man who never loses in the ring may have just delivered a devastating blow outside of it. The story we are about to tell you involves leaked footage, confessions from anonymous hotel staff, the wrath of a scorned rapper, and an internet that simply couldn't look away. This is a scandal that reads less like tabloid fodder and more like a full-blown action movie gone spectacularly wrong. It all allegedly began under the glitz and glamour of Las Vegas at midnight in one of the Bellagio's top-floor penthouses, a place where privacy comes at a price of $25,000 a night, and silence is considered part of the luxury service. According to multiple insiders, Tiny Harris wasn't supposed to be there at all. She allegedly told her team she was in Los Angeles, working on a recording project, but check-in logs, which later leaked, placed her in the same hotel as Floyd Mayweather. At first, fans thought it might have been a simple clerical error, a typo. Tiny Harris, married, meeting Floyd Mayweather at a Vegas penthouse at midnight? Surely that couldn't be true. Yet screenshots, backed by timestamps and VIP access records, quickly made it clear that this was no coincidence. Both names appeared on the same reservation system, arriving within minutes of one another. The rumor mill, already spinning fast, began to whirl even faster, fueled by the intensity of the situation. And when surveillance footage surfaced showing Tiny in a shimmering silver dress, walking down the hall alongside Floyd in his signature diamond-studded jacket, the internet's collective heartbeat skipped a beat. Fans and armchair detectives debated endlessly. Was this an innocent meeting, a misunderstanding, or something far more scandalous? But this wasn't just another celebrity encounter. Allegedly, T.I., Tiny's husband, and one of hip-hop's most influential power players, was tipped off about her presence by a close friend. According to sources, he immediately booked a private flight to Las Vegas, his mind consumed by suspicion and rage. The tension between T.I. and Floyd Mayweather, by all accounts, was not new. Rumors and past altercations, including the infamous 2014 Burger Brawl, suggested a simmering animosity that had never truly dissipated. The two men had been circling each other for years, exchanging subtle gestures of competition at award shows, mutual friends parties, and public events. And now, that simmering tension had finally found a trigger, one that would set off a night of chaos unlike anything the city had ever seen. When T.I. landed in Las Vegas, sources allege that he was in full fury mode. Hoodie pulled over his head, surrounded by a small team of bodyguards, he reportedly stormed into the Bellagio, phone in hand, trying to confirm the location of his wife. Allegedly, when the front desk tried to stall him, he slammed his ID on the counter and demanded to know exactly where Tiny was. Within minutes, surveillance reportedly captured him storming toward the top floor, every step charged with anger, humiliation, and a sense of betrayal. Those who were there describe a man on the edge of losing control, yet precise in his intention. He needed answers, and he wasn't leaving without them. Inside that penthouse suite, sources claim Floyd and Tiny were not discussing music, business deals, or charity projects. Allegedly, the lights were dimmed, champagne glasses were on the table, and Marvin Gaye's smooth voice played softly in the background. Witnesses, including hotel staff, who spoke on condition of anonymity, reported that Floyd and Tiny were sitting unusually close, too close for anyone to classify as purely professional. Then, the door allegedly burst open, chaos erupted. T.I. allegedly threw a vase, shattered a lamp, and shouted accusations at his wife, his voice echoing through the suite. According to insiders, Floyd Mayweather remained eerily calm, his smirk only fanning the flames of T.I.'s fury. Furniture was overturned, glass shattered on the floor, and by the time security arrived, the room reportedly looked like the aftermath of a hurricane mixed with a domestic dispute. The drama was so intense that even the high-end hotel staff, trained for discretion in handling high-profile clientele, were left reeling. Broken glass, spilled champagne, and a cracked Rolex on the carpet. This was a scene no one would forget. As with all modern celebrity scandals, the story didn't stay confined to hotel walls. The moment leaked audio snippets and security chatter hit Bassett pages, social media erupted. Fans dissected every Instagram post Tiny had made in the days leading up to the incident, analyzing her hair, nails, and outfits for hidden clues. Even reflections in mirrors became evidence. One frame, allegedly showing Floyd's diamond bracelet reflected behind her in a mirror, fueled further speculation. Meanwhile, one member of Floyd's entourage, a known clout chaser who goes by the name Champ's Plug, went live claiming he had footage from inside the suite. Hours later, his account disappeared without explanation. Who silenced him? Floyd? Tiny? T.I. himself? The mystery only made the public more obsessed, and the story spread faster than any official statement could contain it. Blogs, gossip channels, and TikTok detectives raced to piece together the narrative, from leaked DMs allegedly showing months of flirtatious communication between Tiny and Floyd, to blurry hotel photos and partial elevator footage. The internet became the ultimate jury. Reddit threads developed detailed timelines, Twitter exploded with speculation, and TikTokers recreated every alleged moment in painstaking detail. Even audio clips of Floyd's laugh reportedly circulating from the night of the incident were analyzed for hidden meaning. By now, it wasn't just gossip. It had become a cultural event, a media spectacle that engulfed every corner of the internet. Behind the screens, however, the human toll was staggering. T.I., once stoic and commanding, reportedly spiraled into a private meltdown. Friends described him as furious, humiliated, and utterly broken. He reportedly told close associates, "I gave her the world, and she gave me embarrassment." Tiny, on the other hand, went live crying on Instagram, claiming, "Y'all don't know what's real or fake, but I do love my family." Her tears, rather than calming the storm, became fuel for the internet. Fans do not consume apologies. They consume drama, and this situation, as complex and layered as it was, provided endless material. The very human emotions of betrayal, humiliation, and anger were amplified by the relentless, magnifying lens of social media. Then came the alleged financial fallout. One insider claimed that the penthouse incurred $47,000 in damages from broken vases, mirrors, and minibar contents, allegedly paid quietly in cash by Floyd himself. The act, according to sources, wasn't simply about covering costs. It was about control. The subtle yet undeniable message that by paying off the damage, Floyd controlled the narrative, and perhaps even the story itself. NDAs reportedly flew between legal teams within 48 hours, creating a legal and financial web that only added to the mystique and speculation surrounding the incident. The drama didn't end there. A voice note, allegedly captured on Tiny's phone, surfaced online. In it, her voice trembled as she whispered, "I didn't mean for him to find out this way." The unmistakable voice of Floyd Mayweather followed, calm, cocky, and merciless. "You knew what you were doing, baby. You wanted him to feel it." Silence hung for a moment, but it said everything. Within minutes, hashtags like Tiny Voice Note, Floyd Files, and T.I. Breakdown flooded social media. The clip was posted anonymously from an overseas account, but the timing, tone, and context left little doubt for fans and bloggers alike. Every word, every pause, every tremble was dissected, debated, and sensationalized. The internet didn't just react, it weaponized the scandal, turning it into a cultural event that would dominate feeds for days. T.I., finally breaking his silence, went live at 3 a.m., red-eyed, face swollen, and voice trembling. "I ain't perfect, but I never deserve this. Not from her. Not from no man that calls himself a champion." Over 500,000 people joined the stream. In a moment that would instantly become legendary, he looked into the camera and said, "You win, Floyd. You won everything." And then he ended the live stream. No outro, no fade, just black. The internet erupted. TikTok edits, memes, and viral audio trends multiplied by the thousands, cementing this night in social media history. Pain became a soundtrack, betrayal became content, and a private meltdown transformed into cultural currency. However, the scandal began much like every other in Las Vegas, under the guise of a lie disguised as a business meeting. It was midnight, the Bellagio's top floor, where privacy costs $25,000 a night and silence is considered part of the service. According to multiple alleged insiders, Tiny Harris wasn't supposed to be there. She told her team that she was in Los Angeles recording, but when the hotel check-in logs were leaked, her name appeared right next to another prominent guest, Floyd Mayweather. At first, fans dismissed it as a simple clerical error. Tiny Harris, married and seemingly devoted, standing next to Mayweather? It seemed improbable, yet the screenshots didn't lie, especially when corroborated with VIP access records showing both names arriving mere minutes apart. The rumor mill spun faster than a roulette wheel, and when security camera stills leaked to the blogs, Tiny in a shimmering silver dress, Floyd in his signature diamond-studded jacket walking through the same hallway, the internet collectively went into cardiac arrest. Questions poured in. Was she cheating? Was it a setup? Was T.I. aware of anything? Millions of comments erupted in under 24 hours, each theorizing, accusing, and dissecting the situation down to the tiniest detail. Meanwhile, while the public debated online, T.I. was reportedly already boarding a private jet to Las Vegas, allegedly tipped off by a friend with a simple but urgent message, "Bro, she's here and it ain't for no business." T.I.'s arrival set the stage for the inevitable. What most people fail to grasp is that the tension between T.I. and Floyd Mayweather was not a new development. It had been simmering for years, ever since a now infamous burger brawl in 2014. Ever since, the two men had circled each other like lions in a cage, each encounter charged with subtle, simmering hostility. Every event, every award show, every mutual friends gathering carried an electric tension that no one outside the inner circle could perceive. And on that night, years of pent-up tension finally found a trigger. According to reports from hotel staff, T.I. arrived in a state of fury, hoodie pulled over his head, security personnel trailing closely behind, phone in hand, speaking very little. The front desk attempted to stall him, but he allegedly slammed his ID on the counter, demanding, "You either tell me where she's at or I find out myself." Minutes later, surveillance cameras reportedly captured him storming toward the top floor, each step accelerating the tension already building to its breaking point. Inside the penthouse suite, sources claimed, Tiny and Floyd were not discussing music or business. They were sitting close, champagne glasses in hand, the lights dimmed, music low, Marvin Gaye's smooth vocals playing faintly in the background. One anonymous cleaner, who spoke under the condition of anonymity, stated that their proximity was unmistakably intimate, far beyond professional courtesy. Then, as the door allegedly burst open, chaos erupted. T.I. allegedly threw a vase, shattered a lamp, and shouted, "After everything I did for you, this is what you're doing?" Floyd reportedly maintained his composure, though insiders insist his smirk, a trademark expression of amusement, fueled the fire further. By the time surveillance cameras arrived, the suite resembled a war zone. Furniture overturned, shards of glass scattered across the carpet, Floyd's Rolex damaged, and Tiny inconsolable, tears streaming as she screamed her innocence. Yet in Vegas, after midnight, inside a hotel suite with champagne and locked doors, appearances matter more than explanations. Official statements naturally denied everything. The Bellagio declined to comment. Floyd's camp labeled the story as false, while Tiny's representatives insisted the visit was part of a charity event. However, leaked audio from hotel radios allegedly captured T.I.'s rage, stating, "Man, T.I. just wrecked that room, said he caught his wife cheating." That single line ignited gossip pages across the internet. TMZ-style channels ran with it, social media users dissected it endlessly, and fans began piecing together Tiny's posts, her outfit, her appearance, aligning each with leaked evidence from the night. One frame even showed Floyd's diamond bracelet reflected in a mirror behind Tiny, a detail that to the internet became indisputable proof. The scandal deepened when a member of Floyd's entourage, known as Champ's Plug, went live claiming to have footage from inside the suite, promising the world a first-hand look at the events. T.I., for his part, threatened to release the evidence himself, though within hours his social media account had disappeared, deleted, without explanation. Who silenced him? Was it Floyd's team, Tiny's camp, or T.I.'s own attempt to bury his humiliation? No one knows for certain. Meanwhile, gossip outlets continued reporting, with headlines declaring, "Tiny caught cheating with Mayweather, T.I. loses." Floyd reportedly leaned into the narrative, appearing publicly with a shirt emblazoned, "Undefeated in and out of the ring." Fans debated whether this was coincidence or confirmation, but either way, the damage had been done. The following morning, leaked photos surfaced, allegedly showing the aftermath of the confrontation. Cracked mirrors, spilled champagne, broken door handles, and Tiny's luxury handbag, the same one she had flaunted on Instagram just days earlier. An anonymous email to several media outlets included screenshots, elevator footage, and a partial room service order signed under the alias Mr. F. May. The internet wasn't merely gossiping, it was dissecting timelines, analyzing champagne brands, and even reviewing audio clips for subtle hints of conversation. T.I. reportedly retreated, silent to the public, yet in private circles, he was described as broken, humiliated, and furious. Tiny went live on social media, her tears only amplifying the frenzy. Insiders say her emotional display fueled the narrative further, as the internet thrives on drama rather than apologies. Days later, an internal hotel report was allegedly leaked, documenting over $47,000 in property damage, from shattered vases to overturned tables. Supposedly, Floyd quietly paid the bill in cash, an act interpreted by some as both an admission of control and a strategic move to manage the story. Allegedly, a voice note circulated online in which Floyd reportedly told Tiny, "You know, I don't regret nothing. You wanted real attention, now you got it." Whether authentic or not, the timing was impeccable, further fueling speculation and debate. By now, the scandal had evolved into an empire of destruction, each new leak or post escalating the tension and pulling in fans, gossip sites, and social media sleuths alike. The Vegas incident, it turns out, was the culmination of months of private communication between Tiny Harris and Floyd Mayweather. Leaked DMs dating back 6 months showed the tone evolving from casual compliments to flirtatious and suggestive exchanges. Stylist insiders claimed Tiny lit up whenever Floyd's name arose, hinting that the thrill was more about validation than romance. Sources suggest as T.I. increasingly focused on business endeavors, Tiny's desire for attention and emotional connection made Floyd's attention irresistible. A recipe for disaster. When T.I. allegedly entered the suite, he reportedly walked into a scene amplified by multiple devices filming the moment. Some claim Floyd retained copies, while others allege they were sold to foreign gossip outlets. Within hours, blurry clips circulated online, depicting what appeared to be T.I. confronting Floyd. Blogs exploded, captions proclaimed exclusive, and Floyd posted a cryptic image reading, "A champ never fumbles what another man drops." This move cemented public opinion and forced Tiny into silence, except for a brief Instagram story stating, "God knows the truth." Yet, even after the chaos, the story didn't die. Alleged texts between Tiny and Floyd surfaced, suggesting ongoing communication in the aftermath. An anonymous hotel employee claimed that the police had quietly visited the scene, but were instructed not to report names publicly. Social media users dissected every movement, post, and story, from Tiny's solitary Instagram selfies to Floyd's subtle, cryptic captions. Every detail, no matter how small, became ammunition in the court of public opinion. The scandal had transcended rumor. It had become a living, breathing media monster that refused to be tamed. Meanwhile, the emotional stakes for T.I. continued to rise. Sources say he fired multiple staff members in the days following the incident, frustrated and unsure who to trust. And Floyd? He played the game like a master strategist, making deliberate, subtle moves on social media, posting memes and captions that provoked but never directly confronted. By controlling perception, he kept the world guessing, while T.I., Tiny, remained trapped in the crossfire of fame, betrayal, and public scrutiny. This isn't just a celebrity scandal. It's a story of betrayal in 4K, pride set ablaze, and one of hip-hop's power couples facing the most humiliating night of their lives. From leaked footage to social media mayhem, from emotional breakdowns to whispered conspiracies, the Vegas incident became far more than a rumor. It became a cultural phenomenon dissected and debated by millions across the globe. And while some details remain unconfirmed, one thing is undeniable. When fame, jealousy, and power collide, the fallout is nothing short of catastrophic. T.I. versus Floyd Mayweather, Tiny caught in the middle, Vegas as the backdrop, and the world watching.